Hey guys, welcome to our Facebook Live. I have had a fun day today. It's been a day full of stamping and fun. I just had my monthly card class with Dana Downs, Karen Greenlee, Beverly Kinnaman. We missed Judy, Linda Anderson, Lauren, Rebecca Fox, Lauren Fitzsimmons, and I'm certain I'll leave someone out. But hey, Susie, Marilyn is here. So we had a great time and we made some cards. We do this every month. We have a blast. It's our little group of crafty women. And we made 2 of this card, which you saw last week. We made some birthday cards and a welcome card with a little tags kit, a tag stamp set. Hey, Chris. And we made a Halloween card. Isn't that cool? Do you see that? Ooh. So yay. I hope that you enjoyed that little visual tour of my card class tonight. If you were there, then you get a double dose, hey Terry, of me. So tonight we are going to make the coolest thing. We're going to make a coffin box that it's like a pop-up coffin box. So it comes like this, and when you open it, out pops this little guy. Isn't that the cutest? So I'm going to show you how to make that. But first I'm going to take you on a Halloween party. So I want to show you all of my Halloween projects. And so I think you've seen some of them last week because we talked about Monster Bash. But I just thought I would take you on a Halloween party tonight. We've got this stamped card from the, we just used this card from Birds of a Feather. We've got a little Halloween box using the 2 Every Season bundle. A card made with that in a tag. So we've seen that recently. I just thought I would review in case you haven't seen that. I've used I can't remember what this stamp set's called, but we're going to talk about it one soon. But it's got lots of versatility there. A little Halloween brownie. I made these for my class, my club. Now this is cool. We're gonna use this stamp set tonight, but it's called Wonderfully Wicked. And I made a little Wicked gift bag that's got copper stuff all over it. I can't even remember what I put in here. Kit Kats. So this is basically a copper explosion with Halloween. Thank you, Susie. I thought that was cute. I created it on the fly. Here's a cute little coffin. Kind of got smushed, but a little coffin. We've seen that. Remember the little box I made? A card. We're going to go on a quick tour through these cards because I think you've seen them last week. But we have our Monster Bash card. But look, lots of pretty things. I just noticed this one. See how it's a little bit different? That's pretty cool. This is awesome. We've seen it, but I have to show you how they use the Delicata ink to make that little thing there. Here's another Halloween card. Ooh, here's one that you haven't seen because I got this at my swap. This is our team swap. Cindy Griffin made this, and we're going to use this stamp set tonight, actually. Isn't that cool? In this framelit. So you'll get to see that. Here's a cute Halloween card that's not your typical Halloween situation. All right, I think that's all for the Halloween tour, except we have 2 projects using the Boo to You stamp set. So this is what we're going to use tonight. I wanted to save those for last. You can obviously make cute cards with it. I love how they colored. Did you notice how they colored that ribbon to be black and terracotta? They used a black marker. And then this was just a little cute quick treat I made for our stampers at Stamp Club, I think. That's what it was. But I found these at Target. I love Halloween candy. I just love candy in general, let's be honest. But Halloween gives me an excuse to buy it. What's your favorite Halloween candy? What do you like? Type it in the comments. I want to know. Alright, so let's get on to our coffin box. You're going to start with a coffin box. So these come in packs. Just got these coffin treat boxes. There's 12 in a pack, and you're going to need the 2 parts of the coffin box. Thank you, Susie. Alright, I'm going to move my chair away from the table, otherwise it's going to be shaking the whole night long. Okay. Cannot do that. Alright, so the first thing to do, simple, is put the coffin together. So I use glue dots, and so far that has worked well, but you can also use tear and tape. So it's already scored and folded. All the little things are scored for you, so you're just literally like folding everything in one direction, all the little flaps. You're going to fold all these flaps in. A pin exploded on me right before this. So even though it looks like I have ink all over me, I really have ink pen. Chocolate. Okay, Susie, chocolate is your thing. Chocolate's not my favorite. I'm going to go for the fruity candy every time. Now, not to say that if chocolate's sitting on my craft table that I won't eat it. But, so I'm going to put little glue dots just on all the small flaps here. So see that tiny flap? I'm going to stick a glue dot there. And then I've got this other tiny flap. So basically you stick glue dots on all your tiny flaps and then pull them in like so. It's always good to see exactly how you put it together so that when you get yours, you're not like, no, what? Hi, Tracy. How are you doing? I don't know why I just spoke in an Australian accent, but I hope you're doing well. All right, so that's the lid of the coffin box. And then you're going to just take glue dots and stick them all over. Think about this for a second. Yep. On these flaps. You could use tear and tape too. It's probably more sturdy, but this box is not going to have a lot of tension on it. Like, it's not going to be stressed very much. So I think that glue dots hold just fine. And they're just, to me, it's quicker than tear and tape because you have to peel off the backing. But choose your own adhesive, but don't use snail because that won't work. Needs to be a little bit more heavy duty than that. Oh, I left one. Alright, so now your coffin is assembled. And it fits together just nicely. See? Coffin. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we've got to create our zombie. Alright, so we're going to stamp our zombie on. It's best when you're doing when you're blending to use thick Whisper white paper. It just works a little better. And I determined that both of the zombies, that this guy would also fit in here. So the little Where the Wild Things guy is just too big. Like, he would not work. But I'm thinking that this guy's gonna work. So let's just be up for the challenge. I mean, we could do the same thing I've already done, but how uninteresting would that be? Let's make this guy. He's so cute. He reminds me of somebody, of that monster from, what's the show? The Disney show, Monsters, Inc. Oh, almost fell out of my chair. Alright. So I need a Memento ink pad, which is still in the box from class. So just be patient with me for a second. Okay, so we're going to stamp our little crazy guy here. And then the thing is, they're monsters. So you can color him any color you want. So I'm going to let him have purple polka dots. I'm also going to color in his eyes purple. And I'm going to color in his mouth area purple because he's a monster. And I'm going to go ahead and give him some purple toenails. And then I do think he's going to need to be green. So I'm going to let him be dark greeny apple green. I'm not coloring very carefully. I'm just coloring. He's a monster. He doesn't care. Isn't he cute? It's about time to get a new greeny apple green marker. I had a customer the other day ask me if our blends were refillable, and that's a great question. They aren't. And a lot of people think of them like, say, Copic markers, which are like double the cost of our blending markers. So I just think about our blending markers as they do have a lifespan, and I've certainly used this one a lot. Oh, and you know what? I think this one was not stored. Yeah, see, it's coloring fine on that end. And the problem is I didn't store it on its this way. I stored it like that. So all the ink is down in the tiny end. Hey, Kathy, I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you got your prize. That's awesome. It's always good to know that prizes arrive where they're supposed to go. All right, I'm going to give him some yellow teeth because why not? He's a monster, so you can color him any way you want. All right, now fussy cutting him is going to be a little bit trickier than the other guy, but y'all just kind of chill out and watch me. All right, I'm not necessarily going to get carefully in all these nooks and crannies. He's a monster that's going inside of a coffin, so we're not going to be up in our heads about him. So remember, when you're fussy cutting, if you haven't heard this tip from me, then you keep your scissors straight ahead in one direction, and then you just move your paper, and then you have so much more control over your scissors. Isn't that cool? Tip. I learned that from my Stampin' friend Erica Serwin. She's a wizard at all things, and I was watching one of her videos, and she told me that, and that was something that I didn't know. So you can always teach an old dog new tricks. All right, getting up in there, up in there. Some people would probably die to do this, but we're not being very careful. We've got a monster here. All right, getting up in his precious area here. And done. All right, is there anything that we just can't live with? That. And then let's get, I can't handle that white up in there. Get rid of some of that. He's got like an extra tooth over there. Okay, so fussy cut out your little monster. And then what you're gonna do is open up your coffin box. And the next thing you need is a piece of window sheet, which I literally just had. Here it is. And you just need a little strip of it. So I've probably got a strip of it on my craft table here somewhere, but that would take me a lot longer to find than if I just did this. I don't know. How wide did I do that guy? Not an inch. It's about 3/4. It's a 3/4 inch window strip. So just cut it. And then the next thing you're gonna do is take your coffin box. And honestly, the girl that I watched the video of, she used tear and tape, which is perfectly fine. But I sometimes can get a little impatient, and I want things to make sure that they stick. So I used a stapler. So any stapler will do. And I have to find mine. It's gotten buried. I threw all my Halloween party on top of it. Okay, so you're going to set it up into the inside of your coffin box at the head of the coffin box. And you're just going to staple it once, but then go ahead and staple it again to give it a good anchor there. Okay, so you've got this whole big thing. Hi, Mom. So I don't think that I don't want to score it. The girl that suggested that you could score it, but I don't think it will pop up as well. So I disagree with that, but you could try it both ways. And then I just eyeballed it. I just kind of said, okay, if I put the monster here, then I could cut the strip about right there. Okay. And then I'm going to take my, let's see what I can conjure up here. How about, let's try glue dots. Ideally, you would use tear and tape, which I'm sure is around here somewhere, but let's use glue dots. But if the tear and tape doesn't work, then, I mean, if the glue dots don't stay, then just use tear and tape. But you get the picture. So you're carefully sticking this little guy. Now, I thought about, oh good. I was like, oh, we need to be pretty careful with him because he's pretty big, but he fits in there just fine. I honestly think that other guy could fit if you cut his arm off. Now, so he's ready. I found some cute monster kisses at Target. So they are perfect for this because they have little monster eyes. Isn't that adorable? It's like they were made to go with this project. Am I right? And we're not finished with our monster yet because we have something that is super cool. I'm going to just put this here so you can see what I'm doing here. In our catalog, on the page with the Halloween stamp set, the Boo to You stamp set, are googly eyes. Can you see that? Yay! So we have googly eyes. And guess what? There are 100 in here. So you can make 50 projects with one box of googly eyes. And they fit really easily on our glue dots. Thank you, Stampin' Up. They didn't make them so tiny that they didn't fit on here. So you're just going to take, I like to try to get a big one and a small one, and it's a monster, so we can have a green one and a white one. So you're just going to take it and stick it right down over his eyes. I think it's cool if a little bit of that purple shows. So now we have an even more awesome monster. Okay, so now what we're going to do is shut our box and put our lid on. Now, this lid is likely not to stay on because that thing is kind of pushing. So we're going to need to use ribbon. But first, let's see. Do we want to do the ribbon first? I believe we do. Let's do that. I haven't actually finished creating this box yet. I've created it in my mind. So we're going to hope like mad that it turns out as cute as I think it's going to turn out. Okay. I love the black ribbon that goes with the Monster Bash suite, but I also love this satin ribbon from the annual catalog. It's a 1/2 inch thick, and it just, look, it ties a perfect bow. Now we're going to need to shift this on the edge because now we're about to make this awesome. So you guys get to watch me work. Watch me big shot. Okay, so the next stamp set and framelit that we're going to use is the Wonderfully Wicked stamp set and the Wicked framelit. Okay, so remember we had a project that used that. Let me find it. That's not it. I thought we did. Well, anyway, rewind. Oh, yeah, I had this project. And then it was Cindy's project was what we had. It was purple. You remember though. Oh, I threw it in the box so I wouldn't lose it. So we're going to use this stamp set and this framelit. Okay, so I'm going to take off the framelit. We're also going to make some spiders because why not? Oh, and you know what I meant to do? Curses. I'm going to make another lid to my box. Or I'm just going to show you what I would have done had I done this the way that I wanted to. So, and then I'll take a picture of it so you can see what my, well, let me see. You can see what my dream for this project was. So I'm going to use this silver Delicata ink and stamp some webs all over the coffin. So unfortunately these Delicata ink pads are on back order, but they're coming back in stock, and the thing is, if you get in line, then you'll get it when they get here. So don't hesitate to go ahead and order the Delicata inks if that's something that you love. And why wouldn't you? Because look at that silver and black. Is that not fantastic? I think it is. All right, so then, yeah, we're just going to have to do this, aren't we? I'm not going to be happy without it. Dun, talk amongst yourselves. Good to see how fast I can put a coffin box together. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. You could make one of these for all your trick-or-treaters. Ha ha, just kidding. It is cute though. They would love it. They would be thinking you've lost your mind. Okay, so now we have the adorable coffin box. And we're gonna put our ribbon back on. All right, so you've decorated your coffin box now with this fantastic stamp set. The Delicata is a little wet, but you know, coffins aren't perfect, so they're gonna be a little smeary. Okay. All right, now what we're gonna do is use our Big Shot and our framelit to cut out the wicked. So I've got some silver paper. Then we're gonna pop out the word wicked. And while we're at it, I'm gonna pop out what do you call it? Spider. One thing I remember about Halloween, okay, we've got to fix this, is that our family is always very safety conscious. And so we were very careful when we were trick-or-treating, and Mom and Dad never really liked us to wear masks. I didn't really like people with masks anyway because I thought they were pretty scary. All right, so you've cut out your wicked and you've cut out a little spider. Isn't it cute? Okay. But I saw in the catalog how one of our projects using this had a green shiny wicked. So you know I had to figure out how to do that. And I started with the Granny Apple Green because that's what it looked like. But that totally didn't work. So you can see on this coffin box, they've made it green. So if you can't figure out how to get it, you just have to trial and error. I do this all the time. So don't ever get discouraged, just keep trying. And I determined that the really pretty green on the silver paper came from the dark old olive blending marker. So isn't that cool? It almost looks Granny Apple Green. But you know, if you've ever seen the play Wicked, Everything that's wicked is green. So we're going to color that green. Isn't that cool? I'll show you on this black so you can see how neat it is. Ooh. I bet you thought you weren't going to need to buy that, but now you are. All right, and then we've got our little spider. So now what we're going to do is stick our wicked onto our box. And then what you're going to need, I hope I can find them, are, we were using these at class tonight, so if I can find them quickly, we'll use them, and if not, then we'll just not. But it's really, it's great to use the black dimensionals for this part. Oh, was that them? No. Alright, so we have black mini dimensionals, but that's not what we're going to use here. We're going to use the white ones, but remember that we have black ones. So we're going to, when I do a class and a Facebook Live in one night, it gets a little interesting. See how that worked. Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm good. Good. Alright, and I'll probably take another one and just cut it in half. You can do that. Did you know that? You can make a mini dimensional. So you just need a couple. All we need is something to get this stuck down to the box. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Alright, so wicked. That is wicked. Alright, now, but we have a stamp set to use, so why not? We want to say have a wicked celebration or have a wicked good time. Let's do have a wicked good time. And we're going to use our not smoky slate, gray granite cardstock. Hi, Patience Holt from Texas. I hope you're having a good time in Texas. I know you are. You always find a way to have a great time with all your R&B ladies. Okay, I can't seem to find my cutter, which I literally just had. Oh, here it is. So first what we're going to do is stamp the words, have a good time. I'm going to use this humongous block because it's here. Have a, and they don't have to be together because we're going to do something with them. All right, so hi, Clark Cogbill. All right, so you're going to stamp those onto your paper. And then I'm just going to use scissors. It's a coffin, so it doesn't have to be straight. Because you're just going to isolate these stamped sections. Again, coffin. Okay, so have a good time. So now we're going to use our mini dimensionals again. We could have probably used regular here, but minis are in front of me. Alright, so we're going to pop this off and we're going to put it up here under have a wicked good time. But we're not done yet because we're going to add this cute spider. Let's add it right. No, I'm going to add it down here in this kind of empty space. Or I don't know, I may add it over here. Yeah, I think that's where it's going to go, right there. have a wicked good time. Is that not the cutest? All right, so if you're just joining us, we made a cute coffin box that we used our Boo to You Ghoul and popped him in. So he pops out like so. Isn't that cute? Wee, wee. And then after we were done, we decorated him perfectly. Isn't that awesome? Coloring with our blending markers. Now I have to see if I can color that spider with purple. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like it. Probably better to do it before you put it on the box, but I'm okay with that. He's a little bloody. All right. Have a wicked good time, friends. I hope that you've enjoyed that coffin box and that you make lots of them for your Halloween friends. Now don't forget tonight, or I haven't told you, tonight orders of $40 or more will receive a free set of Halloween googly eyes. So that's awesome. I hope you enjoy that. And I hope to see you next week. I will, as soon as I get off here, I will do the drawing for last week's Facebook Live. I want to be fair, and I did not write down all the people that commented. So the winner of that drawing will be announced on my Facebook page. Okay, good night.